back when I played Delta Force for the first time in August last year, the game took me by surprise in all of the right ways. What I thought was going to be this little Battlefield 2042 from Temu ripoff actually turned out to be Battlefield 2042, but 100 times better. I know it was a meme that this game was a big old copy-paste of EA's long-standing franchise, of which many questioned why copy 2042 of all games, for God's sakes, but I digress. The point being, I get people calling it a copy, but for me, a copy stops being a copy when said game or said copy, whatever it may be, starts to feel better than the source material that it's allegedly copying. To a certain extent, that's when it starts to become an inspiration rather than a copy for me, and to me, it almost felt like Delta Force was using Battlefield 2042 as an inspiration, and then doing a far better job at executing what the vision of Battlefield 2042 was. However, at the time of writing this video, I have not played Delta Force for around 2 weeks, and during that said session where I did log on, I logged on for 12 minutes. So really, I haven't played Delta Force for, dare I say, 3 to 4 weeks since I logged in to get the gameplay for this video. And the session that you guys are seeing in the background now is actually my first time playing since Season 2 had launched. I didn't jump in on launch day or anything like that. This is my first exposure to it, which kinda got me thinking a little bit. Hang on, Delta Force is a game that I fell in love with when I first played it. What's happened? Why am I so uninterested in playing Delta Force right now? And why so uninterested even off the back of a brand new season dropping for the game, which realistically should have brought me back straight away? And look, there's no denying that there's a few things getting under my skin with this game more broadly at the moment. The skill-based matchmaking, which the developers just seem to refuse to address head on, the quality of the maps and how they're getting old to play on, the way the gunplay feels incredibly laser beamy at long ranges. I've already done videos talking about this stuff, and in relation to the SBMM in particular, look, I know the devs have come out to say that there isn't any SBMM in their game, but the experience doesn't lie. The fact that I constantly enter games against the most maidenless, sweatiest creatures that have ever walked this earth 24/7, playing like I'm in a Twitch Rivals tournament with a $1 million prize pool. Yeah, look, 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 here, especially with the game's player count, even in my tiny little OCE region. But anyway, those old quarrels with the game aside, I'll be honest folks, the Season 2 content and changes also left a lot to be desired with me as well. That's not to say I haven't appreciated seeing new content come to the game in the first place, but the nature of the content has left me scratching my head a few times going, oh no, are we going in the wrong direction here? For example, let's talk about this new shield operator that they added to the game. I haven't seen this guy in action a whole lot as of yet, but I have encountered him directly in game once already in the warfare mode, and that one interaction alone was enough for me to go, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? For those who are out of the loop, the new shield operator, co-named Seneva, is a defensive engineer operator whose kit revolves around his riot shield. Why we are so obsessed with adding riot shields to games these days, I have no idea, but I digress. Now, this guy's riot shield makes him an incredibly tanky operator on its own, and when it's on his back, it even provides some protection from rear attacks as well as a bit of a passive bonus. But it gets better. This operator also sports a grapple gun that can not only rescue downed allies from hotspots by dragging them towards yourself, but it also yoinks live enemies towards you if you hit them with said grapple gun. Now, the saving allies element I actually think is a really cool addition to the game. It gives you some new opportunities to synergize with your medic teammates, and it adds some cool utility to squad play. But the yoinking enemies element of the grapple gun, I want to take the dev who came up with this idea and beat them over the head with a healthy FPS gameplay 101 playbook, because my god, I don't know what they were thinking when they added this. When I had this grapple gun used against me, the one time it has been used against me by the way, I was basically pulled towards this enemy Seneva with no opportunity for counterplay, stun locked, only for him to immediately beat me with his shield for a one-hit kill when I got to him. And this grapple occurred from at least 20 meters away. And it just sealed the deal for me that this is going to be one of the most frustrating characters to go against in this game, as more more people unlock him. And it's just going to make the game far more obnoxious to play, in my opinion, as you get yoinked around like a yo-yo from all the people playing this bloody character. It feels cheesy, it feels out of touch with the game, in my opinion. And look, I'm all for giving characters in the game a way to feel meaningful and have an impact, but that was already achieved with the character's ability to yoink it down to teammates to safety. And I'll be honest, even the presence of the riot shield in this game, with how many open advanced areas there are in the warfare mode maps, already gave this character a lot of utility. The cheesy offensive ability that comes with the grapple gun against enemy combatants feels like an overstep, almost pushing the character from a supportive engineer archetype to an assault archetype. I don't know, I was really hoping the operators wouldn't go so far as to feel cheesy in the game, and while there are already some signs of that occurring with the initial roster, it just feels like Delta Force is kind of doubling down in the wrong direction. Some of the general balance decisions have also been a bit of a head scratcher for me as well, such as the decision to give the AWM sniper rifle the ability to one-hit kill within its maximum damage range with upper chest and torso shots. And look, I know that this is going to come down to personal opinion, and that some are going to like this change that was made to the game, but I am of the opinion that any weapon that has the ability to one-shot kill you in games like this should come with an extremely limited use case in which they can achieve that one-shot kill. With shotguns, that often comes within the limitation of a very short effective range and the need to at least, somewhat have your reticle on target. And with sniper rifles, on the other hand, it's often the requirement to land a headshot while compensating for movement and the muzzle velocity of the weapon in question. Sniper rifles are also clunky to use, and they require a significant amount of precision in order to achieve those one-shot kills. It's the, caveat to having a one-shot kill weapon. This change to the AWM continues to close the gap that is required to make that one-shot kill stick. And I'm personally not a fan of seeing that in FPS games when weapons like that can already be so powerful in the right hands. Again, I know that's likely going to be a personal preference, so I'm keen to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below, but the moment I heard that the AWM was having its one-shot kill ability introduced to chest shots, I was like, oh hell no, brother, absolutely not. I also don't know about you guys, but does it feel like shooting weapons and the experience of the gunplay after the Season 2 patch feels, a bit clunkier? Almost like there's more visual recoil or something like that, or bullet flinch feels worse. I can't quite put my finger on it exactly. There's just a sense that things have changed and something isn't quite on par with what it was when the game actually, came out. Look, that's not to say I still don't enjoy Delta Force, guys, because I really do. I think Delta Force is one of the more competent first-person shooters that we've seen release in the last, say, 3 to 5 years. And it's good to see the developers still getting content out for the game at a semi-regular pace, but I do feel as though they are doubling down in the wrong direction, and at times completely avoiding some very valid community concerns around the game's back-end systems, like the skill-based matchmaking. I don't know, I feel like my confidence in Delta Force has certainly been shaken up a little bit here as of late, and while it's a game I definitely still jump in and enjoy from time to time, it's certainly not turning into the mainstay game in my library like I once thought it was. And if Delta Force wants to maintain a position in the market, it really needs to sort of get its act together in a few ways, given that, things like the next Battlefield game are starting to garner some conversation and starting to push its way back into the limelight here. Whether it, actually delivers a solid game or not is yet to be decided, but if they do a good job and Delta Force hasn't worked out some of these very key problems and design directions, then it may not stick around for the long run. Anyway, folks, those are some rambling thoughts on Delta Force as it currently stands. I've certainly gone a bit quiet on the channel as of late, and I've got a video coming out that's going to be, dare I say, very different from what I normally do, to sort of discuss that a little bit and discuss some of the, thinking I've had as of late around content creation just in general. So that's hopefully a video that you guys can look forward to, but I've also got some bigger projects in mind as well. Make sure you guys subscribe for that. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to backhand the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about Delta Force. Do you think the game is trending in the right direction? Do you think there are some issues at play here? Let me know your thoughts. But until next time, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.